Good day, here are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. We begin on this Monday with the outpour of support from farmers to the government's move to cut tariffs to tame commodity prices. The National Confederation of Irrigators Association Incorporated, or NCIA, has announced its full confidence in support for Executive Order 62 issued by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. EO 62 mandates the modification of nomenclature and tariff rates on various products to ensure the steady supply of goods and protect the purchasing power of Filipinos. In a statement, the National Confederation of Irrigators Association Incorporated says it consistently believes in the wisdom and brilliance of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s administration in upholding the welfare and contentment of farmers through its various programs, assistance, and interventions. The resolution was approved and unanimously adopted last week by the NCIA, which is the country's largest farm organization. Meanwhile, National Irrigation Administration Chief Eduardo Guillen believes that introducing a new rice processing system operated by a farmers' cooperative formed from the Irrigators Association would address a long-standing issue in the agricultural sector. He says the cost of producing hybrid rice is approximately 50,000 pesos per hectare, yielding an average of 8 tons per hectare in irrigated areas. This translates to a production cost of just 10 pesos per kilo of palay. He also said that consolidating the lands of farmers groups members could potentially double their income. Guillen said these goals can be achieved through a whole-of-government approach, focusing on transforming more irrigators association into cooperatives for more efficient distribution of interventions to farmers. Next week, President Marcos Jr. is set to inaugurate a dam and a rice processing system in Ilocos Norte. Guillen says the rice processing system is managed by a farmers cooperative composed of members of the Irrigators Association. He says the new processing system will enable farmers to process and sell rice themselves, potentially increasing their earnings, as selling price at 40 pesos per kilogram would provide an added value of 20 pesos. These aligns with the President's goal of enhancing farmers' incomes while making rice more affordable for consumers. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has extended his well wishes to former United States President Donald Trump, who was injured during an apparent assassination attempt at a Pennsylvania rally on Sunday. In a statement on X, Marcos expressed relief upon hearing that former President Trump is safe and well after the incident. He also conveyed thoughts and prayers for Trump and his family. Marcos emphasized that the Philippines condemns all forms of political violence. Reports said Trump's right ear was grazed during the attack, while the gunman, identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, was killed by a sniper. One spectator was also killed and 2 others were injured in the incident. Trump, who is seeking a return to the White House, was immediately taken off stage by Secret Service agents. His camp has reassured the media that former president will be fine. More than 16,000 former members and supporters of the New People's Army who abandoned the organization have benefited this year from the government's comprehensive reintegration program, according to the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or NTF-ELCAC. In its first semester report for 2024, the anti-insurgency body says a total of 16,551 beneficiaries are from different geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas. Of the number, 6,945 are recipients of livelihood projects and 9,606 benefited from reintegration assistance. National Security Advisor and concurrent NTF-ELCAC Co-Vice Chair Secretary Eduardo Año credited the aggressive implementation of the administration's whole-of-government approach in ending the decades-long armed struggle. He says the unimpeded provision of support to barangay development program, which has assisted 864 barangays this year alone, have relentlessly delivered the necessary skills development and assistance programs to conflict-affected communities. NTF-ELCAC Executive Director and Undersecretary Ernesto Torres Jr. also highlighted the program, saying it has been a potent game changer in preventing the Communist Party of the Philippines, CPP-NPA, from recovering their so-called mass bases. Despite this year's mere budget, the SBDP continued to reap gains in eliminating the armed component of the CPP-NPA. This year, the SBDP fund allocation is 2.160 billion pesos for 885 projects. DOTA said they are aiming for Congress to restore the 10 million pesos per village for next year's budget. In sports, Calabarzon secured 5 more gold medals in swimming on Sunday, maintaining its second-place position behind the National Capital Region in the overall medal standings of the Palarong Pambansa in Cebu City. Alberto C. Amaro II dominated the pool, winning 3 golds, while Micaela Jasmine Modhe and Peter Cyrus Dean each added 1 at the Cebu City Sports Center. Amaro ruled in the boys' 13 to 18 50-meter freestyle with a time of 24.25 seconds, ahead of NCR's Luke Amber, Matthew Arano, and Kobe Briel Rivera. He also claimed victory in the 200-meter freestyle with a time of 1 minute and 58.15 seconds and was part of the winning 4 by 100-meter freestyle team along with Kevin Arguzon, Eric Jacob Umali, and Nimrod Montera. This brings Amaro's total to 7 gold medals, including wins in the 50-meter and 100-meter butterfly, 100-meter freestyle, and 4 by 100-meter medley relay with Dean Joart Calderon and Reniel Jan Micos Trinidad. In other news, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or Phivolcs, notes a rise in ground deformation or swelling of Kanlaon Volcano's edifice for the past month, suggesting a higher chance of an eruption. Phivolcs Director Teresito Baculco says the swelling, along the frequent volcanic earthquakes and high sulfur dioxide emissions, suggests magma is moving beneath the volcano, suggesting a higher chance of an eruption. Bacolcol earlier said fluctuations in the gas emissions could be due to the interaction of groundwater and volcanic gases or shifts in magma movement. A total of 90 volcanic earthquakes were recorded in Kanlaon from July 2 to July 3. The volcano also had an average of 10 earthquakes per day since its June 3 eruption. Kanlaon is currently under alert level 2. The public is strongly advised to stay vigilant and avoid entering the 4-kilometer permanent danger zone to reduce the risk of volcanic hazards such as pyroclastic flows, falling rocks, and other dangers. Aviation authorities also urge to advise pilots to avoid flying close to the volcano summit due to the hazards posed by ash and ballistic fragments from potential eruption. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website, nib.gov.ph, under Pna News. I am Stephanie Sevillano, and this is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.